Gaffer, let's start by looking back at today's game earlier on today in Albufeira. It was a 5-2 win in the end. What was your overall assessment of the 90 minutes?
I think I was pleased with some of the aspects of the play and not so pleased with others. I think we conceded 2 sloppy goals, and that at vital times you've just taken the lead, and good free kick from Jack. They'll not be happy with it because it goes through the wall, but these things happen every week of every season. And then we completely switch off from a throw-in. We go in at half-time, we say to the players that the plan is 65, 70 minutes for this group. We need more, we need to move it quickly, we need to press higher. I think we started the second half reasonably well, and then we give a complete idiotic goal away again from a long throw-in, and we don't challenge for a header, and Connor gets under it. But these things happen. That's why pre-season is taking place. But we made the changes. I think as soon as we freshened the team up a little bit, then it just became one-way traffic, and all bar some poor finishing. It could have been over the course of the game, first half and second half. We could have double, and possibly should have double figures today. So that's a side that only lost to a team by three goals to 0 that beat us in midweek. So you have to say some of the play must have been bright, but some of it was disappointing.
To have 2 games out here in Portugal is really important, isn't it? It's to give people minutes. That's the whole idea of the exercise coming out this time of the year. Yeah,
I think we should. The players are playing here, and I know the temperatures back home and we may have to endure this at the early part of the season because our country, as well knows, is going through a heat wave. But we're at 90, 93, 94 degrees in 2 of the games that we've played. We believe that will be a benefit to us as is coming out here. It's a new group. You can see the partnerships are starting to form. Some are still aiming to get there or working hard to get there. But listen, there's not a player in the camp. I don't think this is a fantastic squad of players and a group of men. We obviously have objectives as we go forward into the season, and that's what we'll all be measured against.
Aside from little niggles, the squad seemed to have come through the fitness exercise in terms of the fact that they haven't picked up any knocks either.
I think we said after the first game it was nice to come through and have everyone still available. And we've done the same today, so that's a plus. The 2 little situations we have, well, of course, Jermaine Anderson is already training back home, so he's ready to rejoin the group. Young King, he's a little bit away yet, but to have come through the bulk of pre-season, and I'm pinching myself and wishing that's the case when we get to next Sunday, because that means we've come through all the games of pre-season. And the objective of pre-season is to get fit, to get sharp, to get prepared, and have as many players as possible available for selection when we host Bristol Rovers.
We mentioned in the last interview about Anton Rodgers. He's obviously played some games. You've seen him at close quarters. You've been impressed with what you've seen?
Well, the kid's getting better. He's certainly getting fitter as well. His weight's getting less. He's given himself every opportunity. So Anton will go back with us. We'll involve him for another part of 10 days, and then we'll make a decision. He's not pressing for a decision. We've not given any time scales on it. But it does help when you work so hard behind the scenes to get himself in good shape, a much better shape than he's been in. And once again today, we've seen some fantastic passes. We need to see a little bit more than fantastic passes. We need to see a little bit of sharpness, and that'll come as we work on the player sharpness, which is the mission going forward. It's a bit general fitness up until now, and now it's a bit sharpening the boys up.
And I guess with Kingy out for an unspecified time, you've got a gap to fill in midfield for that period that he's out, and I suppose having a look at Anton and having a real good look at him gives you the great option moving forward.
Well, the first thing we'll do is we'll look at Anton in isolation, and then we'll measure him against what we think is in the marketplace. Our chairman's fairly relaxed about it. I am. We like to give people an opportunity, especially people that perhaps may get written off some places as well. So it doesn't mean that we're going to be doing anything, but it means we're opening our mind to it. But we'll also be opening our mind to what's in the marketplace, because every signing that we've made this summer, I think our board believe we've had value for money. And that's the saying and the strategy that I've helped bring into the football club, is in everything we do, let's make sure we get value for money. And if we get value for money for our chairman and board, we're going to have a good season.
It's important with pre-season that you know the venue you're coming to. You've obviously been here previously as a manager, and it's got everything you need.
Well, I daren't say it, that every time myself and Paul have come here with our team, we've ended up being in a league higher the following summer. It's very isolated. Our supporters know they couldn't come to our open training session. Some like 90 kilometres away. It's isolated. It's almost tailor-made for us, with just a few odd guests who own property on site. Other than that, it's been totally exclusive to ourselves, and that's fantastic when it comes to the boys being able to relax and chill out, and we don't have to dress formally, and they don't have to mind their P's and Q's, and our chairman and board have been very much about the place as well. So it's been relaxed. But in fairness to the boys, when it's been time to work, they've worked really hard.
Has that been important, having the board here as well, the chairman? Obviously, Stuart's been out here and Bob as well. It's nice to sort of be able to discuss things face to face rather than doing it all on the phone.
I think it's essential. You know, we all know what's been happening even since we've been here. You know, clubs bidding for our players, for Jack and for Marcus and such like. We've been on the front foot with our chairman, trying to do things positively as well, but speaking to other clubs with Barry. And it's always nice when our chairman can sit and relax and take the company of the players individually and collectively, and the same way Stuart, and the same with Bob and Barry. It's really good. You know, we're a team here on and off the pitch. We can't be a team just on the pitch, because without the support of a chairman and board and the senior management team, then we'll stand alone to be short. We're collectively in it together.
Yeah, and that relationship with the board, you've had it at every club you've had. It's vitally important, isn't it? And if you're going to be a successful club, a successful side, you need to have that relationships all through the club.
I think it's probably often described as a love-hate relationship. You know, everyone on the board wants us to do so well. They want me to do so well. Paul, Lee, you know, some other physio, you know, Sean. They want us all to do well. They want every player to do well. And we want our club to be successful. So I just think it's important that we focus on our priorities. We focus on a real spirit within the group. And, you know, we'll win together, we'll lose together. The supporters, of course, are included in that, because, listen, I'm a Peterboroughnian, really, you know, and they're the lifeblood of our football club, as our chairman says. He's him, Stuart and Jason and people like that. They're the custodians, you know, the real owners are the Posh supporters.